Polling began a short while ago for 199 out of 200 assembly seats in Rajasthan. The state's 4.74 crore citizens will elect members for 199 seats, for which over 2,200 candidates are in the fray. Main contenders BJP and Congress have fielded 200 and 195 candidates respectively, along with Bahujan Samaj Party with 190 candidates. 840 candidates are contesting elections as independents. Election for Ramgarh Assembly stands postponed after the death of BSP candidate. Three-tier security arrangement is in place for Rajasthan voting. The Vasundhara Rajya-led government is seeking a second consecutive term, with party bigwigs appealing to the people to give BJP another chance. The Congress, however, is fighting for a comeback. And to get a wider perspective on how the things are transpiring on the ground, we'll go across to our correspondent Panchanan Mishra, who is joining us from Jaipur. Panchanan, the voting has just begun. Now, what are you able to gauge from the ground? What is the voter, how enthusiastic is the voter? What is the voter turnout? What are you gauging from the ground?
Absolutely, Smriti. And voting has just begun. It's 8 a.m. And we are at Jaipur. It's one of assembly. It's named Civil Lines. Jaipur has 19 assembly seats, so we are here at one of the polling booth. And let me show you the pictures here. It's an urban assembly seat, and usually it not happens that in such a morning there is a queue. But here you can see a queue behind me. They are waiting for their turn to cast their vote. And it shows that voter has enthusiasm in this Rajasthan assembly election. This is an assembly election which is very much crucial for both BJP and Congress, because BJP is trying to come back and Congress is now looking there is an opportunity to come back. So it's a tight contest here in Rajasthan, and Rajasthan is voting for 199 seats because one seat is not going for poll because one candidate, it's due to death of one candidate. But this is an enthusiastic election among voters. We have talked, many of them, we traveled across many districts of Rajasthan. And there was enthusiasm, and people were very vocal about the issues, their problems. And certainly there will be an effect on this voting. But what we find that people are talking regarding development and regarding the good roads, good electricity and water. These are all the basic issues here, and also unemployment was a very much primary issue here. So I think these issues will certainly have effect on the voting pattern. And it's a pretty much important election for Rajasthan, and Election Commission has made a very elaborate arrangement regarding the safety, security and transparency in votes. And this time, Election Commission is extra vigilant regarding the malfunctioning of the EVM machines we have seen in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. So they are extra vigilant that if there is any complaint, then they can replace it at very urgent time. So we have to see that on which pattern Rajasthan will vote. And it's a pattern that Rajasthan votes in a very good number. In 2013, we have seen 75%. So Election Commission is expecting that this time there will be a good percentage also. Smriti?
And we'll also bring in our correspondent Ravindra Singh Shioran, who is joining us from Jhalawar. Ravindra, the voting has just begun from 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, what is the latest from the ground which you can bring us for Rajya Sabha television? What is the voter turnout? If you can ask the camera person to show us the visuals behind you also.
Yeah, good morning, Smriti. At 8 o'clock, sharp at 8 o'clock, the first vote was casted here at the Jhalra Patan constituencies, one of the polling booths we are standing right now. I would like to take you through a glance of what is happening here. You can see white lines has been demarcated to show how important the voters here are. Help desk has also been installed here to help the specially abled voters who are coming in with the help of wheelchair is also been provided. This is a pink polling booth which is completely managed and administered by the female polling staff, and the CRPF personals and security personals are also females here. This is only to encourage the female voters, more and more number of electorate should come here and cast their vote. Election Commission has started this in every constituency. There is one polling booth and one model polling booth station has been created with all the amenities, basic facilities, and they have walked a long mile to create this. And now Election Commission has given all the facilities here, which includes the basic toilet facility. One doctor is also has been placed here, and water facility has also been. Also, the shade has been provided here so that they can take rest to wait their turn. This election is quite crucial. Voters, we can see this voters are coming in before the starting of vote at 8 o'clock, and queues has been also made there inside. We are not allowed to go beyond this point. The Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje Scindia is also scheduled to come here 20 minutes past 8 o'clock. This election is quite crucial in Smriti. We have seen that a cacophony of the whole campaign, which ended day before yesterday. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who himself was leading the charge from the BJP's front, and Rahul Gandhi, who addressed 20 rallies. Prime Minister addressed 13 rallies here, raising the different issues which are concerning to the people of Rajasthan, and BJP is seeking a second consecutive term here, and the Challenger Congress Party is also posing a challenge to the Congress, to the incumbent BJP. Election Commission has done elaborate arrangement, which including the 3-tier security system. And this election is, let me tell you, 4.75 crores are going to cast vote in this election. Out of that, more than 60 lakhs are the new voters. They have been added to the list for the first time. And they are quite crucial this time. All the political parties are trying to cater that important section of the voters. And they are trying to, in their manifestos also, we have seen a lot of new schemes focusing especially on the youth and the student has been given by the political parties in their manifesto. But how the whole voting turnout will turn into, this is what we have to watch. But right now, people of every age, section of society, they are coming with full confidence, are quite happy, and especially the senior citizens have already started coming in. And as the day will proceed, we will be able to see how much the voting percentage will turn out.
Absolutely.
Smriti.
And we'll also bring in our correspondent Mohammad Fateh Tipu, who is joining us live from Tonk. Tipu, any special arrangement at the polling station where you are present?
Well, Smriti, people are very keen to here in the Tonk. We have seen a lot of enthusiasm over here, which we have really noticed in the Tonk. They are waiting for their turn for the voting first time, because we have seen first time in the Tonk a lot of the students and the youth who are supposed to cast their vote. But interestingly, Smriti, there is a very strong fight between the Sachin Pilot and the Yunus Khan in the Tonk. And interestingly, as the people are aware, in the last 40 years of the Tonk political history, Congress played a game in non-Muslim candidate, and the BJP played a game of the Muslim candidates. So there is a very strong fight which we can see over here, and people are coming. People really, what we have noticed over here, as far as the Tonk development is concerned, because this is very high-profile seat out of the 200 seats of the Rajasthan Assembly election actually. So there is a more, what we have seen over here. People are very keen to see the development of the Tonk's constituency, because whosoever they feel whosoever win the election, but as far as the developmental concern of the Tonk, he will see really change over here. Smriti.
Thank you so much, Tipu, for joining us, and thank you so much, gentlemen, for giving us the latest from Rajasthan. Now, the latest from Telangana, where over 2.8 crore voters are exercising their franchise today to elect leaders in the country's youngest state, Telangana. There are 1,821 candidates in fray for 119 constituencies in the state, with the TRS fielding candidates in all 119 seats. The Congress has fielded 99 candidates. Its allies, Telugu Desam Party and CPI, have fielded 13 and 3 candidates. BJP has fielded 118 candidates. Nearly 1 lakh police personnel are deployed to ensure smooth polls. The Election Commission is using VV-pads for the first time in the state. In the contest are the TRS, the Congress, TDP combined and the BJP. And for more on this, we'll go across to our correspondent Kriti Mishra, who's joining us from Hyderabad. Kriti, the voting is underway in Telangana, the youngest state in India. Now, what is the enthusiasm of the voters? Any special arrangements which are made by the Election Commission to ensure the smooth polling today?
Well, Smriti, as you said, that the youngest state of India is voting to elect its second government. And you can see behind me, and if I can request my camera person to pan the camera a bit, there is palpable excitement and there's palpable exuberance among the voters. They have come out in large numbers to exercise their franchise, and it's just not right now. In fact, the voting began in the morning at around 7 a.m. and the voters have been making a beeline here. Security arrangements have been beefed up. As you said, more than 1 lakh security personnel are on duty to conduct free and fair elections. There are more than 448 flying squads, and there are also quick reaction teams. As far as the constituencies are concerned, remember, Smriti, there are 13 constituencies, 13 segments that are left extremism affected. So there also the security has been beefed up. The Election Commission has undertaken specific programs under sweep to increase voter awareness and to motivate voters to come out in large numbers. As far as the Hyderabad, the city and the Hyderabad, the district is concerned, remember there are around 24 seats, and Hyderabad also combats and faces that typical metropolis characteristic of urban apathy. So the Election Commission of India conducted specific programs here, and today in Hyderabad it is celebrated as No Excuses Day, as in the voters would have no excuse but no choice but to come and cast their franchise. As far as the entire state is concerned, there are 119 seats. So certainly today, the electoral fortunes of the candidates would be captured, and then we'll have the result on the 11th of December. As far as the political equations go, the TRS is seeking a second term, while the Congress has cobbled up a grand alliance with the TDP, with the TJS and the CPI. As far as the BJP is concerned, it has also fielded candidates on all the constituencies and has gone all out this time, trying to capitalize the charisma of central leaders and also trying to get the benefit of the central sector schemes. So certainly the state is locked up in a triangular contest. Over to you, Smriti.
And Kriti, you have been touring a lot in Telangana since quite a while. Now, you have interacted also with people. What are the important issues which people are voting for in these elections?
Well, farm distress definitely stands out as a major poll issue in the state because remember, after the inception and after the creation of the state in 2014, more than 3,000 farmers have committed suicide here. So definitely farmer suicide is one of the major issues. Then there's, of course, unemployment, because remember, Telangana, as far as this state is concerned, it records the third highest number of unemployed graduates. So certainly unemployment is also a very big issue. And remember, all the political parties have made tall claims about farm distress and also about unemployment, and they have made this as the fulcrum of their manifestos as well. The third very peculiar sentiment or very peculiar matter here is that of Telangana sentiment that was at its peak in the year 2014 but still continues to overwhelm voters. So as far as Telangana is concerned, these three issues would definitely dominate the minds of the voters today. Smriti?
Thank you so much, Kriti, for joining us and getting us all the latest from the ground in Telangana. And thank you so much, gentlemen, Tipu, Panchanan and Ravinder, for helping us understand the mood there in Rajasthan. Now, with that,